Stirring the coffee with the triple vortex method, the only true way to optimize the taste of your coffee at the tri-molecular level. I just made that up. Good morning. Welcome to the Daybreak Show. I am the Sultan. We'll get started, but first, coffee. Ethiopian. Nice. First Ethiopian I've had in a long time. I think I need to make this one a little bit stronger. I do like my Ethiopian much stronger than the others. But I bought 2 cans of it yesterday, so I'm kind of psyched. Take yourself out of the trade-off arena. Just go after what you want with as many terms as you want. The road will test the feasibility of your terms. But how will you know if you don't try? What if your work or relationships, what would they look like? What would your job, your work, your relationships look like if there weren't any trade-offs? You know, when you do something, you say, well, I like most of it, but that one thing I'm not too crazy about. Or when it comes to a person, there's so much that I like about them, but I don't like the way they do this, or what they believe here, or how they react there. And someone will always say, hey, well, there's trade-offs. There's probably things they don't like about you either. So we end up in this practice of accepting trade-offs all the time. I don't like what I do for a living, but they pay me pretty well. I don't like my job, but I do have good benefits. What if you had a good job with good benefits? What if you dated a person, had a girlfriend, boyfriend, fiance, that had all the things that you liked? Now, some people say you can't get everything that you want. I understand that. But with many people, accepting trade-offs is a way of life, and they never ever get fully pleased with their jobs, with their girlfriend, boyfriend, fiance, spouse to be. What if you accepted no trade-offs? What if that was not a lifestyle for you? Just a thought. What would your life look like if you stopped accepting trade-offs? What the caterpillar calls the end of the world, the master calls a butterfly. Richard Bach. A lot of new agey people like to mention that. Okay, I can see why some people like that phrase. There was a time when I really liked it. I've backed off the more woo-woo, kind of new agey stuff in my lifetime. Never really swallowed all of it, but I will say that I have backed off the respect of it. There are some people, this is their life. This kind of stuff is like their life. This is like their scripture. So Trump wants to open up the economy, and he says he's going to leave it up to the governors. My thoughts are this. The governors, especially the ones that don't like him, they're going to dive bomb the economy because it's an election year. They'll do anything to hurt the economy and blame it on Trump. It's not an election year. It's a re-election year. Let's get real. Just my opinion about things. What will your governor do if you're in the United States? I know in Pennsylvania we have our leadership I don't like. Not a huge fan of it. But you have to respect the laws. So what are you going to do? Right? Imagine that being the most working actor in Hollywood and being known for being a good guy, the actor that everybody likes, a decent guy, and then you die at 81 years old, and the media says, the star of Tommy Boy dies at 81. Yes, I'm referring to Brian Dennehy, one of, I think, the greatest, most underrated actors of all time. Of all time. He was in so many things, it was crazy. He didn't care. He worked. He loved to work. And he died, what, yesterday or the day before. And he played Chris Farley's father in the movie Tommy Boy. But the media says the Tommy Boy star dies at 81. The silliest, most insignificant role he's ever played. Tommy Boy star. Go to imdb.com and look up Brian Dennehy. Look up the movies that he played in. Man from Snowy River. What was Never Cry Wolf. Good actor. Good actor. Like your next door neighbor kind of guy. But yet, he was the Tommy Boy star. Like the media, seriously. Aren't you tired of them yet? Aren't you tired of them? I know some of you aren't, because you're the opposite. You have to be the antithesis of everything that I talk about. That's okay. Oh, speaking of antithesis, so I did an interview, more like a conversation with Aaron Walter, who works with men who have the other addiction. And I thought it was an important conversation to have because some people really struggle with that. And I wanted to be a channel that does focus on hope, positivity, and optimism. And as dark as a topic as that is for many people, I want to be the one that offers a solution or a possible solution. Well, that video it's only been out a day. Well, actually not even 24 hours. Already demonetized. Already. The topic is not suitable for YouTube. Already. Now, do you see why? Do you see why I'm looking at other options? Make sense now? This is one of the things that I do for a living. Can you imagine that you produce videos, you create an audience, you feed them on a regular basis, things that make them laugh, things that make them think, things that help them. I take this very seriously. This is not casual for me. This is not ego. Oh, I have a YouTube channel. I'm not an Instagram whore. Or any, social media doesn't play that role in my life. I use it as a tool to help people. And I got demonetized. You already see the writing on the wall, don't you? I do. They are squeezing good content creators out. And if you're a happy guy, if you are a happy guy that talks about growing your YouTube channel, the happy guys, how to grow your YouTube channel and increase your views, you get to stay on. But if you talk about life, forget it. If you are if I had I don't know, just the word alone will get me in trouble. But if I had the transgender cooking hour, all the views go up, the income goes up. But no. Is it starting to make sense now? I started watching well digging videos yesterday. A guy dug a well. Like a well, literally dug a well. Like a hole in the ground. Just was like turning this thing and pulling dirt up, went down so many feet. Put a PVC tube down, rigged it up in a certain way, filtered the water above the ground, put a pump, showed you how to dig a well. You want to talk about addictive videos. And I'm not talking about digging like with a machine. I'm talking about just like you and a few tools. Well digging videos. They get so darn addictive. It's crazy. Just watch one and you'll be like, what the heck? At the end of the video, you won't believe that you spent 15 or 20 minutes watching the guy dig a well. But you'll be like, the first thing you'll think is, I think I could do that. It's funny. I took a poll. I asked, what is the best way to slow down a virus? 9% said wear a mask, 15% said social distancing, 24% said self-isolation, and 52% said turn off the TV. How is everyone doing with eliminating clothing with logos from your life? Remember I talked about it probably a year or two ago. And I have slowly gotten rid of things. Like yesterday, I realized I wear it like a Nike hat all the time. And I like the darn hat. I'm just tired of wearing a swoosh for everyone to see. I'm not Nike boy. Sorry. I'd rather be Tommy boy than Nike boy. So I folded that hat up, and it's in like the little trash slot in my truck. And I had another hat with no logo on it. And I realized how many of my clothes have some kind of branding thing on them. And I'm eliminating them little by little as much as I like them. Some people might say, well, if you like them, just wear them. I'm just tired of advertising for everyone else. I could give a crap what logo or branding is on my clothing. I just want quality clothing. I just don't feel like having the name or a little picture of something on my shirt or hat or whatever. Tired of it. So how are you doing with eliminating clothing with logos on it? How are you doing with it? It's hard, isn't it? It's tough to get rid of stuff that's got little pictures and things on it. Is there any doubt in your mind that cities are a shit show that will infinitely get worse? Cities. They don't have people this way. They have people this way. They stack them up in buildings in cities. That's why a city like Philadelphia can have 6 million people in it. It's not 6 million people like this. It's 6 million people like this. Any doubts that cities are going to be shit shows if the you-know-what ever happens again? What is criminal activity? Criminal activity existing now that didn't exist a month ago. Running on the beach is now criminal activity. Walking in the woods. Oh, speaking of running on the beach, did you see the video of the cop chasing the dude on the beach? Holy crap. Running on the beach, walking in the woods, standing less than 6 feet from somebody can actually be something you're arrested for, less than 6 feet. Gathering at a church, in a parking lot in your own car, criminal activity. Get a ticket, $500 ticket. Criticizing or influencing the behavior that is forced down our throats. You are a criminal. You are a bad person. I miss going to the movies. What do you miss? I miss going to the movies by myself once a week. And then getting Mexican food. I love that. I was the weirdo that would sit in a movie theater by myself. Usually the early show if I could. And then go and get Mexican food. Table for one, please. It was time to myself. And the big flat screen in my rec room, the 55-inch LG, just is not the same. I love watching movies on a big screen in a theater. I am missing that. A month of no movies. Now, yeah, I know, first world problems, right? But it was one of the things that I did for myself. And I miss it. Are we going to get it back? Think about it. Make sure to wear your mask, says Jason Voorhees. I thought of this yesterday. The 25-year-old guy with the 40-year-old girlfriend. His friends say to him, what are you doing with that old woman? The 60-year-old man with the 40-year-old girlfriend, his friends say to him, whoa, how'd you get that young chick? Everything is relative. That's a perfect example of relativity. I am licensed to cut hair in Pennsylvania and Florida. I actually have my Pennsylvania license right here. Just got it. It's good for 2 years. I have to renew my Florida license. but I haven't been able to cut hair for a month. Will they extend my license a month? Will Pennsylvania and Florida extend my license for a month? Or if we do this for another month, will they extend it for 2 months? Or will they just take the money? What are your thoughts about the video that I put out? Should I continue to put out videos like that? When I interview people, I want you to get something out of it. Like I did the video on the other addiction because I don't fully understand it. So part of that video, part of the reason was for me to understand it. There were times that I've had conversations with people in my life. And when that conversation was done, I thought, man, I wish the video was, I wish my camera was recording that, or darn, that would have made a good podcast. And so I started just talking to people and recording it. Hence the rabbit holes videos that I've done, just talking to people, just no agenda, no direction, talking to people about their expertise and about their life. And that's what that video was. So I struggle with doing that and putting it on a platform that doesn't recognize my efforts. So I'm just debating on how to do this. And I don't have a board of advisors. It's just me and my coffee. So I don't want to say I'm struggling with it, but I'm pondering how I can do this differently. Yeah. Well, with that, finish your coffee. I'll probably put out a special or two video this weekend. And I'll see you Monday morning, the Daybreak Show, your home of sanity, clarity, and reason.